Quinn and Cantera Picks 106. Cantera, Frank Doyle's on the phone. He's here to talk about the testing that they're working on over at SUNY Poly. I saw a bunch of stories. I've read the articles like a couple times, and I've heard the stories a couple. I still don't understand it. So we had Frank come on to help us understand it.
So Frank, what is? Thanks for coming on. By the way, what is your title? Because I don't think I've ever heard this title before.
Well, I'm a bioinformaticist with Scott Tenenbaum's lab at SUNY Poly in the nanobioscience constellation. Is bioinformaticist the one that threw you?
Yeah, that's the one. It sounds like you know about information about stuff regarding bio.
So basically, I came from a computer science background. I do things like analyze biological data, genomic data, stuff like that. Write programs that look at that stuff and try to make sense of it.
What is the research in regards to coronavirus that you guys are working on?
Yes, yeah, exactly. So it uses a system where there's gratings on a gold surface that are a couple hundred microns, a couple hundred nanometers in spacing. And that actually allows you to get this enhanced fluorescence signal, probably about 100-fold higher than you would normally see without this grating in place.
So a light goes on.
Wait, I'm sorry, Frank. I'm confused. Is this like inner space? Am I swallowing a chip? Are you putting something in me?
I think they're putting the virus on the chip or something.
Oh, okay.
It's weird.
It's like a small blood draw.
So
okay,
you put the blood on top of the chip, this nano chip, that Katie fabricated himself, which is pretty cool. And then it tells not just if you're infected, but it gives you more information about the disease and how the actual strike of the disease affects your lungs, right? Do you see why I didn't understand this?
Yeah, this is. Yeah, I mean, it is. It's clearly, it's over our heads. But
what about the implementation of it? Like, how does it go from, in your office in your lab? How do you implement it? You send it to the lab here in Albany, or what? How does that work?
So, without having to go through the process that was involved in those early tests, you may have heard the term PCR. That's actually looking to amplify what's present of the virus, if it's present, and then once you can get a signal, you either know that it was there or not.
He blows up viruses.
In a good day, yeah.
Okay.
So it's not a test that's available yet, and that may be a little confusing for some people, too. It's something we're trying to develop as fast as possible, and, I can't speak to whether or not it's going to be out there and deployed for the current problem, but we really need to not be in this situation ever again. So any developments that we can make right now are worthwhile.
That was my question. Like, as far as a timetable, is this something like that could be done relatively quickly, or is this something years away that you're working towards?
I wouldn't say years away. And the problem with research is there's often unforeseen complications that come up. So ideally, we'd have something in a reasonably short time frame, but it's not something that's going to be, a doctor's prescription for a diagnostic in the next few weeks.
All right. And the good news is it's not just for corona.
Right.
You're working on blowing up all kinds of viruses.
That's the intent. The problems we've had with this current pandemic is lack of decent testing, reliable testing, and fast testing. This platform that's being developed, it could be changed to accommodate many different disease states and viruses pretty quickly. And once it's proven, if we see a novel virus come out again, we should be able to develop it pretty quickly for that. It's a matter of just getting it off the ground right now.
Well, I feel better that guys like you are out there.
It just made sense, to tell people that people in the capital region are this genius and they're working on really important stuff.
I mean, there are a lot
of smart folks.
There are a lot of solutions being worked on in our area.
Yep.
I mean, there's a lot of smart people around here, isn't there, Frank?
There's a pretty good pool of talent around.
Not smarter than Frank.
Not smarter than Frank. There's a lot of people smarter.